Okay, so now I'm going to be doing the moves for the 8th Army, but before I do that, I wanted to show the two positions that I was thinking about. Option A was certainly going to be my the first attack. Hold on, I'm going to turn off the music. It's driving me up the tree again. Yeah, so I'll read out what I popped in my journal, but I am going with option B. And hopefully you'll see why. At least it's making sense in my head. Even though I think it is a bit of a risk, but I think in the long term, this is the better option to cause a lot more grief for the Austrians and should help out. And I think it's going to be a bit more problematic short-term wise if it doesn't work out, kind of thing. Because I really should have, as the Russians isolate, like continue to try to isolate. And the last time the Russians did attack, it was, wasn't it this one? Yes, it was. It was this this hex. And that was right. I was shocked that they didn't retreat. So I know they're already hurting. I can't remember if they reinforced that line. But anyways, I'll shush and read out my notes, and then we can go with the movement, I hope. So for the Russians, they have noticed how quick the Austrians have formed a defensive line from Lemberg on down to the Dniester River, to the Carpathians. I mean, this happened like that. So, you know, I'm just, the way I'm looking at it is, or at least the Russians are, about if there's any more of a delay this way, it's going to get more difficult to get towards Shemish and whatnot. And if we can just, anyways, you'll see what I mean. Hopefully, if they go with option B, I don't know if you can see that. I'll move the. I don't want to move the. Okay, we'll just take the B's off in the A. You can figure that out. So that's B. That's A. So if you see here, if I attack this spot, they can only defend across broken terrain. So they won't get a counterattack bonus on their die roll, I'll only get -1. If I attack, or if the Russians attack here, the Austrians get to defend across woods. So that's -2 to my die roll, and they also get a defensive counterattack die bonus of -1. The Russians only have 2 supply points. Oh, maybe I don't have to read my rules anymore. It's popping all into my head now. So the Russians only have the 8th Army only has 2 supply points left. Based on the anemic amount of supply strength points around here that the Russians can only bring up to this spot, I think the risk, the impact of the negative terrain here, or the good defensible terrain, I think is going to. I'll end up needing to use those 2 supply points, is what I'm saying, to try to make an effective attack, especially with the. I'm using the old CRT still, right? So, right. God damn it, that effing word! I can't. Oh God Almighty! I almost feel like going to some psychotherapy thing and getting rid of it. It will happen. It's just going to take me a while. So if I go here, if the Russians attack here, I'm not going to use the. Yeah. Why do I keep seeing Russians? I will just stick with the whole whatever comes out of my mouth. I'm not going to use the 2 supply points. I'm going to keep them, and I'll take the chance. Is what I'm saying. Also, if I do manage to get that hex, if the Russians do manage to get that hex, okay? See that beautiful little swamp spot? Now, and let's say, let's say they do retreat, and I get this hex, and they decide to attack, okay? Odds are they're not going to be able to bump this guy off. Well, it doesn't matter. They would the only way they could ever attack this hex against the Russians at this moment, like afterwards, unless they, you know, not counting 3610, and to only allow the Russians to have the broken terrain hex, is to attack from that hex. If they mount an attack with these 2, the Russians are going to get that swamp. So what I'm saying is, if the Russians can get that hex, it's going to be probably really darn hard for the Austrians to get rid of them there. As well as, the Russians have seen for quite a long time now that the Third Army has not been supplying any attacks or counterattacks. So either they're hoarding or they're out, right? So that's just the way it goes. So that's the way I'm looking at it. Oops. Also, and I guess the final thing is, if, let's say, things go pear-shaped and the Austrians are not pushed out of this hex and there is some damage, it would be the same thing in a sense. Almost, it would be less worse than this. So I end up spending 2 supply points, let's say, and this attack doesn't go well. So the Austrians are not pushed out. So I've now wasted 2 supply points and I'm in the exact same position, but worse off, if that makes any sense. So what I'm trying to do is, as well, what's the ultimate thing here? Okay, this, in other words, what I'm saying, it would be a bonus to get this hex out of here, and that's what I'm aiming for. But in the long run, the last thing I want to do is lose this hex. I have to keep this, like, I'm across the river. I'm like, this whole major river thing is over with now. So the main thing for the movement is going to be shoving as many freaking strength points into here. I'm going to max this out as much as I can. There's going to be 6 divisions worth, I can tell you that much, in Battle Group 9. And then just go from there. And like I said, don't use... yeah, what the hell, I'll just put the cross swords down and we'll know what option B, because trust me, after I did the notes earlier this morning or last night or whatever, yeah, I convinced myself that that's the one to go to. So here we go, I'll do the movements and we'll see what happens. Because after this movement, it's combats. Excellent. Oh, I'm so happy. I haven't, this has been, oh boy. It'll be interesting to see what happens here. Well, I've been wanting to see what has been happening here for like 2 weeks, for crying out loud. Okay, here we go. So like I said, only 2 supply points, and now I'm not going to mount... Oh my god, and I swear to god. So what's today's quote from Sun Tzu? I'm like, shut the hell up, man. Seriously, I'm like, you gotta be flipping kidding me. Where are you? Oh, I was just like, oh god almighty. The wise warrior avoids the battle. I'm like, shut the hell up. I've just been spending all this time trying to figure out which freaking... Anyways. Man, it's just like, I guess, food for thought. So move the 10th Cav from 3311 to 3411. So I'm going to go here, and this is primary, so obviously I have to go this way. But the main thing is I'm just trying to cause a lot of grief yet again with the zones of control issues. And hello, Swamp River, give me a break. Good luck getting that cavalry out of there. It's not going to happen, man. So there we go. And then move the 1st Kubistan Cossack Division. I think I called them the Kubistan guys over here, and they should have been the Terek and the other one. Or Turkestan, I think. Or, no, it's Terek. Where are we here? So there we go. So move the 1st Kubistan Cossack Division from 3913, yep, to 3712. And it's obviously I'm going this away again, I think. Or would it matter? No, I think it did. Yeah, wouldn't matter. I got 6, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Man, I'm telling you, eh? Moving across with zones of control in this game is just brutal. And then I'm going to break up Battle Group 10. So see you around. And like I said, I'm just going to be trying to shovel as many strength points as I can into 9. So if it doesn't work, at least I've well, you know what I mean. I've reinforced that spot, because I just, no sir, I don't want to lose that. Let's see if we can get this. There we go. Okay, so break up Battle Group 10 at 3611, and I'm going to move the 65th Reserve. So not a heck of a lot, just 2 points. The 48th. Where are you? There you are. Oops. So just another. So I'm up to 5 points, popping her in. And the 49th. Another 3 points. So not bad. I mean, it's, you know, in the Russian universe, that's the equivalent of 2 full-strength infantry divisions. So not bad. And then that would leave the 12th right here. I think that's not too bad. Yeah, I haven't gone too far. And I think now my total strength points there should be 17, I think. No, hold on. I had, what did I have? I had 11, and I just added 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I haven't done anybody else, right? Move the... That's 8 points, and I had a... No, who did I have? No, I had 9. Okay, so there we go. Oops. Come on, you little bugger. And I think that's it, man. Like I said, I can now go off to combats. Of course, I have work in a freaking hour and a half or something like that. But I've only got tomorrow's shift, and then I got a little over a month off. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so nice. So how many combats? It's not a lot of. So yeah, that's gonna be a quickie then. Just these 3 combats. The one over here. To try to take the left, the Austrian left flank and hop across the river. And then yet again, hop across the river. A lot of, but this one has been, I don't know what you would call this, a beachhead or something, or whatever. But yeah, this has just been woof. Okay. And away we go.